Hi, I'm Tris. Welcome to another crochet vlog. Today we definitely have to finish, or well, I suppose this week, we definitely have to finish the dinosaur. The dinosaur just needs to be put together, so that's quick and easy. So we're gonna have to be doing some of that at some point this week, because we can't just have this waltzing around without this, right? So we need to do that. We have to weave in all of these ends and turn these into something usable. There we have them, all nice and finished and ready to be made into something nice. So I wanted to see like how many squares I would actually need to make a cardigan that would like kind of fit me, right? So this is one of my hoodies and it's a 2XL and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6 in the bottom and it is a little bit left, but I think if you actually did the 5th row that I forgot, it would fit. So it would be 6 by 6 for a back panel. And we would obviously need the same amount for the front and then some more. So it would be quite a lot of squares, but definitely doable even in this yarn. I will admit though, I have bought the right one. Or I have bought more yarn. Whether it's the right one or not, we will find out if it works. So I think the plan for these granny squares is going to be these two are going to be made into book sleeves, and that's going to be a pack of coasters. Cause like there's 6, so that's a pretty good coaster thing. They do need to be blocked, you know, so they actually look square nice. And since I had 30, I made too many. There's just enough for 2 book sleeves. So I'm going to be making those into book sleeves because like you just need to double them, right? So like there's 6 here, need another layer of 6 and then that should be fine. And if you take a book, no, that's gonna fit snugly right there. Probably gonna have a good amount of space to move, which is okay because books come in different sizes, so that should be fine. Also a fantastic book if you haven't read it. But yeah, I think that's gonna be fine. And the final question is, we need to do the closure here or up here.
So Ribblr, we talk about the sheap pretty necessarily experience. In the novel, that is a game for us in a specific imaginary experience. And from there, when we start picking on those ideas, and it was like, what do you called The World Without Us describes in detail how much fighting on a day-to-day basis we have to do to keep nature back. And once you stop doing
So we have been in the middle of a heat wave since last time I talked to you guys. So I have gotten practically nothing done. Not as much as I wanted to, at least. I wanted to at least have this one done, but at last it is not. I did make one of these, which like I think is kind of cute. I do have to make it in different colors though, I think. This is supposed to be like a pastel rose kind of thing. But yeah, it kind of just looks beige, right? Or like a very, very light pink. That you kind of have to pick up and look at before you really realize that it's a light pink and not a beige. Now, our dinosaur friend that needed legs and a tail has 2 front legs. It has back legs and a tail, and the legs kind of come on a little crooked. I wanted them to be a little bit more like you can stand yourself buddy, right? It's a little bit too pointy for my taste, but you know what? Hopefully whoever buys him just thinks that that's cute. So I figured since it's finally not too hot, you know, to crochet, I'm gonna make another little one of these octopuses, but I'm gonna do it in a fun color. So I'm gonna make one in green. And I wanted to show you which one I use. So I am on Ribblr at the moment, and it's just only the Octopus by Abigails-little-creatures. And I am doing that while I am editing my very first video. It is very exciting. But yeah, basically I just need to, you know, watch it through and make sure the music and audio isn't too loud. So that's, I figured I was a little worried that some parts of it might be too long. But you know what, if I feel like if I can watch it back and look at my own face for that amount of time, then, you know, it's probably okay. Because like, I don't, like, it might be controversial, but like when I make my Minecraft videos, I don't rewatch them. I just hope and pray that the audio works, you know. I obviously check it while I'm making it, but I don't go back and recheck to make sure. So I think the fact that I actually want to watch what I'm making, not to say that I don't like my Minecraft videos, because I do, they hold a very special place, you know. It's just, I was worried, you know. It's my first crochet video. I'm allowed to have the nervous flitter flatter of the first time, okay? Hopefully you guys liked it and stuck around for this one, even though this one is kind of just a crochet vlog. Not really with any purpose other than crochet along with me, which honestly is the kind of videos I've been really enjoying lately. It's almost like you're crocheting with a friend, which is kind of why I wanted to start, because I felt like that was very cozy. Would you give me my yarn? Thank you. So that's just what I'm gonna be doing, making another Ollie, the octopus, and rewatching it to make sure that there is no mistakes. Giving you guys the very best of the best that I have. There we go. I finished our little octopus. Again, he's kind of cute. I really like these keychains. I'm gonna have to get more of them, but I don't remember where I bought them from. So I'm gonna have to figure that out first. But yeah, now we have two. And I don't know why, as it comes across on camera as well, this one is slightly smaller than this one. It's the same hook and the same yarn. Apparently I just crocheted a little tight on this one, apparently. Who knows? But yeah, basically the last thing we need to do is sew on the dinosaur stuffs. Hello! So I haven't finished the dinosaur yet, but I figured we should do that right now. I did go shopping because I didn't like my hook for the project we're doing, so I wanted to get a new one. They didn't have any. I went to like 3 different stores, and the highest hook they had in store was like a 5mm, and I can't use that when I need a 9. But of course I can't go out and then not get something, right? So I have been seeing all over the internet, you know, where they buy these fancy sticks, basically fancy knitting needles, to keep your crochet projects, feet and stuff placed while you sew it in. And I figured, you know what, that's really smart. Except that I'm really cheap and refuse to pay, I don't know, what, 250 crowns for a glorified stick. what I will do is spend 30 crowns on 2 packages of knitting needles that I think are supposed to be for socks. I don't know what they're called in English, but they are knitting needles for socks. And they were really cheap. I was quite surprised. But I figured I'd try to use them just as they are, and if it doesn't work, I do think I have some clay somewhere. I also got a new scissor. Look at this. I finally have a fancy scissor. I know that might not be a lot to some, but I feel like it's quite an achievement to get when you are a crafter. That means that you are finally ready to admit that you have a problem. When you buy fancy scissors instead of just using the ones that you have at home, right? Yeah, look at this. It looks like a bird. Looks like bird. And that's a bit much, buddy, but okay. But yeah, I'm really excited. New scissors, that's cool. But yeah, I'm gonna try and see if this works. Otherwise, I'll have to DIY a ball of clay on top of these. Yeah, don't get mad at me for calling it a glorified stick, okay? When you take 250 for something that you put clay on the end of it, that's basically a knitting needle. It is basically a glorified stick. I will admit that some of the sticks are real nice. They look real pretty. It is still a stick. So I figured we should try it together. So I have stuffed this one, and I'm just gonna place it down and see if it works. Okay, so far it glides in quite nice. But will it stay? That is the question, right? Because I don't mind sewing, I just don't like it when my project moves. Also, don't get used to tops like this, okay? I shall be back in my hoodies as soon as the weather allows it. Okay, when it's not as hot as hell outside. Okay, so look at this. Oh gosh. Well, I mean, it looks fine. It looks like a decent placement. So let's just sew and see if it works. Oh, come on, buddy, don't be difficult. There we go. Okay, note to self, don't put the knitting needles right where you are supposed to sew, like in your loops. That can be difficult to work around. Okay, first poke from the other side. Gotta be aware of those, but so far I like it. There we go. And out with these. Now I want to see if this impacts it at all. Like, can you see? Can you tell? I cannot. So, I think the fancy knitting needles, or the so-called usually fancy sticks, work. I like this. I'm gonna use this for the rest of the time, I think. This just makes your job so much easier. In this week's crochet vlog, we finished a few things. Not too bad, I think, considering. Not too bad, I feel, considering that. Well, I have had other stuff to do, and 2 of the days I couldn't do anything because of a heat wave. Like, the bee itself is a pretty good size, I feel. The wings are just not. And then we made 2 little octopuses. Same hook, same yarn, somehow one got larger than the other. Don't know how that happened, but I'll definitely make this pattern again at some point. I feel like they're kind of cute, you know? I definitely have one of these hanging off of my keys or something. Do you have something to say? No? Do you want to say hello? And then the last piece I managed to finish was this one. Another pretty dinosaur. I actually quite like these. I don't remember if it's a free pattern or paid pattern. But I feel like there's so many available of these, so quite easy to find one. Maybe you can find one that's no-so. I'd recommend that. But yeah, this is what we managed to do this week. So if you want to see what I managed to make next week, or what fun things I should come up with, don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button, and well, wait for next week.